Man, y'all know what it is, man. Path Podcast. We want to thank y'all for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. Now help us reach our next goal of 2,000 subscribers. We appreciate y'all. We out. The Path Podcast, and we are now on the path with Quinton Flynn. Man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here with you fellas. How you doing?
Oh, man, doing good. You know, another day, man. What about you, Taco? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Just busy, but hey, man, it's good thing to be busy, right?
Yeah,
All right. Couldn't be not too busy for me, right?
Yeah, exactly. you know, all right, man.
The man, the legend.
Definitely the legend, man. Just going over your resume, man. You was giving us some flashbacks, man. You was definitely bringing back some nostalgia for us, man. It was, yeah. Basically, man. So, you know, again, we're glad to have you here, man. And, you know, we just, glad you took the time to come, pop by, join us on the Zoom, help us create the content, man.
Absolutely, man.
There we go.
I'm here to bend me, shape me. Any way you want.
My man. And for all you watchers out there, man, if you guys don't know, this is Quinton Flynn, the voice actor, actually our first guest on the Path series, now being introduced on the Path Podcast. You feel what I'm saying?
Loving it. Honored. Grateful.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what we need right there.
And if you guys don't know, hey, Taco, man, let them know a few of the roles this man has voice acted in.
My man has been in Timon and Pumbaa. He's been in...
Hakuna Matata.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's fire, man.
All Grown Up, Angry Beavers, As Told by Ginger, Avatar The Last Airbender, Naruto,
I know about that one.
The Avengers, Dave the Barbarian, Cow and Chicken, and 1,000 more, man. We can literally go on forever. I was checking it, man. I was like, Jesus, man, you were this. That's based my whole childhood.
There we go.
It doesn't stop, man. I'm either your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man or I'm Venom.
Oh, my God. He's chopping bars on us,
man. That's one of the biggest ones, man. Just how you just playing with the voice, man. Just knowing what your role is and how you play your part. That's crazy. We got tons of questions, man. We're going to get into it before I get too crazy.
There we go. And for all the watchers, you see he's legit. He's doing the voices on the spot. There's no AI voice. This is the real man. This is Quinton Flynn.
That's it.
And he's dropping it right now. So one of the
Nothing is digital here. This is all real.
Oh, he's glitching on us, man. Look, man. We thought it was it's the real one. We were just playing with y'all, man. But look. So first thing I gotta ask you, man, is how did you get into voice acting?
Well, good question. I started long story short, I was doing impressions of impressionists' impressions as a kid. And I did theater growing up, especially in high school. And I was just massively into cartoons, comic books, radio, TV, film, studied RTBF in college. I went to University of Kent State. And when I got out, I saw an ad for voiceovers. And I was like, voiceovers? I wonder if there's any way I could work my talents into that. So I took a couple of commercial workshops in Cleveland where I grew up. And then I moved out to the West Coast. I took an animated workshop by Bob Bergen, who happens to be the voice of the Porky Pig.
Oh, shit, man. Hey, and this voice is getting me, man. I feel it, man.
That's cool. And so from there, it was a then girlfriend of mine who said, you're doing this theater thing over here. You're doing improv. You got a rock band. Why don't you focus on one thing and nail it? And you seem to have, quite the skills in the voiceover arena. So I focused on that, put together a voice demo, worked with a good casting director in town. She liked what I had. She gave me a letter of referral, and I literally went around banging on doors until I got an agent. Once I got an agent, I started auditioning, fellas. And that's the life of an actor, is interviewing or auditioning. Like, that's what we do. We get a gig, we do it for a while, we move on to another.
Man, that's great, man. I'm glad that you actually, got off your butt, went door knocking, found you an agent. You know what I mean? And you did the job, man.
That's it.
No, that's real cool, man. So what were you doing before, like, you actually decided and said, you know what, I'm gonna give us the shot? Like, were you delivering pizza? Were you trying to be a doctor, or what were you trying to do?
You said you had a band too, so
I did. That's right. I had a rock and roll band. Yeah, I had a rock and roll band. I really wanted to pursue that, but my dad, he was kind of dead set against it. So my cousin, he wanted to move out to the West Coast. He wanted to become a rock star. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I will help you move out there and I'll check out the scene, because I had already checked out New York and Chicago. And I thought, we'll see what Los Angeles has to offer. And at the moment, I was a graduate. I graduated with honors, and I just knew I wanted to be in entertainment. But my prior jobs were working at a video store. I worked at a restaurant where I was, just doing busboy work. I was a dishwasher. I was a prep cook. But by the time we hit the coast, I had to get a job, any job, man, because I had no dough. So I worked at a video store for about 3 months. And then a friend of mine, check this out, he had a job working for CBS in production. He didn't want the job because he got a job fixing food on a film. So he said, would you like this job? Now, I qualified for the job, but I couldn't even get an interview for the job. So he literally slid me in the door, and they go, yeah, you're perfect. So I started working in production for television. And that's where I was when I got my agent. And I started sneaking in auditions during lunches. And my then producer sat me down. I won't say her name. And she said to me, Q, what are you going to do? Are you going to work here with us? Are you going to become a producer? Are you going to be an actor? I said, well, my heart's set on being an actor. Ow!
Man. These voices, man, this is crazy.
Little did I know back then that being a producer was a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because you guys are producing a show right now.
Yeah, we're definitely taking that step to, definitely get it out there. And I was definitely glad that you shared that, because for all the watchers, man, it's like, voice acting it didn't just happen like that for him. He had to do what he had to do, and it came around when it came around. But to everybody out there, stay on your path, and it's going to lead you to where you got to go.
Yeah, you got to trust that gut, right? Put one foot in front of the other. Just keep asking for direction, taking suggestions. And one thing does lead you to the next.
Yeah. And then that's proof in the pudding right here, So everybody out there aspiring to be voice actors, just stay down to what you're doing. And like I said, eventually it's going to land for you. So,
this is true.
So let me ask you this, Quinton. Who was your first voice acting gig? What character was your first one?
Well, probably I would have done some commercial work. So nothing that I can remember that comes to mind, but my first, there are two first animated shows. One was called Hey Arnold. And at the time, I originated a character named Oscar Kokoschka.
Okay.
And then they said, well, we got another gentleman who looks a little more like him, so we're going to go with him, and we'll just keep your role as man in the pool.
That's the industry for you, man.
I don't want to brag, fellas, but pretty good man in the pool right here.
Hey, I feel it.
And then after that, I played Prince Khalid in Aladdin, the series.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I said, man, just nostalgia, man.
Yeah, and after that, we moved on to The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, and I became Johnny.
That's sick.
Y'all heard the voice, man. Y'all heard it, man. It's Johnny Quest, man, played by Quinton Flynn, man. Y'all hearing it, man. That's real good. So your first one wasn't the hitter, but the next one, you start to climb the voice acting ladder.
That's it. And then after that, there was the Human Torch I played in the Fantastic Four. Flame on!
Yeah.
And I got to play with some classic character voice actors, Chuck McCann, Laurie Allen, Bo Weaver. And at the time, there was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model named Kathy Ireland, who was very popular. And she came in for 2 episodes to play the Human Torch's girlfriend, Crystal. So I was just a young man, and I was like, and me? Okay, that's cool. And I was like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Good? Hey, you think we can go out for coffee sometime? Oh, your husband wouldn't like that. That's cool. I'm just playing.
Hey, man, you know, you got to get it when you fit in, man.
That's right.
You got to rebound your own shot.
Yeah, you don't ask, you don't get. That's it. Boom, 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 boom.
No, definitely, man. Hey, man.
Take your choice, Larry Bird or Michael Jordan. Anyway.
There we go. There we go. Now, real fast, I want to get more into like a little bit more character specific questions. I feel like you have one you want to ask me, Taco.
So first things first, I want to know, are you, when you get some of these roles, are you a big nerd when you get these roles? And like when you do your research, are you like, whoa, I'm this character? Or do you kind of come in with like an idea of what's happening?
It depends. If it's an original series that's never happened before, then I don't know. Then I'm trying to make sure I create something original that matches the image of the character, what I believe might be the sound, the style, and the age. But when I, was auditioning for Spider-Man or Human Torch, or even Mickey Mouse, what's going on there, boys?
Oh man, he got him on like I love how you can just flip the switch.
Man.
Well, it's kind of a goofy thing, that's what happens.
Oh, you put the goofy on us. Oh man.
So yeah, when I got to do Mickey Mouse, I was just like, I knew exactly what to do, and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing Mickey Mouse. The same thing for Spider-Man, because when I was growing up, guys, I wanted to be Spider-Man.
Oh man, that's I know.
Hey, I definitely got one of those kids, man. That was that was me.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I used to imagine that when I was in the backseat of my car when my dad was driving, as there were telephone poles coming up with the lamps, the street lamps above. I was imagining that I was shooting and pulling our car along.
Man, you got a chance to do it.
As kids' imagination, and then it came to life. Margaret Tang cast me in that, and we had a great time.
That's dope, man. I ain't played
so,
man.
Okay, so me personally getting into this, like I'm a villain type of person. Like I want to know, like
he's always ready for war.
Hey, that's it. Villain character, it gets everything going. Who's the favorite villain that you played overall?
That would have to be Jin the Virtuoso.
Oh.
Jin the Virtuoso I played in League of Legends. And gentlemen, he would say something like this. This podcast is beneath me, but I shall elevate it.
Oh, snap. Do you like it? It's kind of like that, like you're just like the gentleman villain that you kind of get to talk down on everything, kind of like see everything from a smaller, like beneath you type of perspective.
Well, yes, gentlemen, of course, because I am the maestro, and you are my puppets, and I will make you dance.
Oh, man, that's wild, man. And I feel like you got dozens and dozens of characters just on command, man.
Yeah, baby. They're just here.
If I couldn't see your face right now, I'd believe that there were like 10 different people just chiming in, whenever they decided.
Well, that's it. I mean, Christopher Lloyd's right here. He's saying, Marty, come on. These guys have got a great show. You've got to see it.
I don't know, Doc. I'm not too sure. I don't know these cats.
They're cool, Marty. They're hip. The hip cats.
Hip cats? What is it, the 60s, Doc?
Yes, it's the 60s. These guys are fly, Marty.
What is it, the 90s?
Yeah, Marty, I'm going to kill you. These guys are amazing.
Hey, man, that's immaculate, man.
So for all our manga watchers out there, I've been waiting to ask you this question since shout out to Coach Ian Harris.
Shout you out, man.
Putting us in contact. Shout out to Big Coach. We appreciate you. When he told me that you played a character in Naruto.
Yes.
Bleach, Ruka. When I say I was lost, I was like, what? What? So I gotta ask you these questions, okay? So recently, Naruto, they dropped this contest trying to get the most popular character that the Kishimoto was going to write a story about the most popular character of this poll they put all over the world. So you being a Ruka sensei.
Yes.
Technically, you are a Ruka sensei.
I am a Ruka sensei. And if you two gentlemen are good, I'll take you out for some ramen. But
the infamous line. There we go.
If you're bad,
we got me doing
I'll have to yell at you the same way I yell at Naruto. Naruto!
Oh man.
So why have you influenced these people so badly? Come on. These are good men. These are good men.
Crazy, man.
So when you were given Iruka, because I know Naruto, just when you coming into the anime scene, how did that feel like jumping from comics to anime?
It was a different scene, man. Yeah, because doing original animation in America, the Western animation, we were recorded usually in an ensemble, and we'd have scripts in front of us, and it was done in a more linear fashion. They would animate to us later, whereas having something coming over from Japan where they would rewrite it, we'd come into the booth individually and we'd have to work to picture. So there would be early days it would be a TV screen, and now it's monitors, and we would see the image pass before us, and we would have lines in front of us, and we would have to do what's called chase the scene. And so we would dub sometimes where you would see the character's lips, and other times the character might be off screen. So it's a timing thing, it's a rhythm thing, and it's an acting thing.
Oh, okay. So it's like a whole different challenge for you.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're musical, you're going to do well. If you're not,
stuff, yeah. So quick question, which one do you think is harder, the anime or American TV?
I would say the anime is a greater challenge.
Okay.
For sure.
Wow.
Because we have to fit into a certain place. Sometimes we have to change the lines, shorten them, lengthen them, and it's got to work just right. Whereas in American animation, they animate to you later.
So you just read the script, and then they put your words to the image. As to an anime, they're playing the image in real time, and your voice along with the. Oh wow, yeah, that definitely
got that right.
A lot more complicated.
Yeah,
if you miss a beat, then you gotta mess the whole scene up, re-scrub it, do it again.
Jeez. Right? Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes though, producers are pretty quick. They're director producers, and when they know what they've got, sometimes they'll actually combine a piece of a first phrase with a piece of a different phrase. Let's say I do a line, right? And I don't know, let's just say something like, let me do Cone from Bleach, for example.
Oh, that's the okay. Right there, man. That's the little man.
Rukia, where are you going? We haven't got much time.
They might like,
Rukia, where are you going?
And I might have done a second take where I go, Rukia, where are you going? We haven't got much time. So then they might cut together.
Rukia, where are you going? We haven't got much time.
Oh, they'll like chop and screw it.
Yeah.
Place where needed. Okay.
Not always, but if they have two favorite bites.
So it's really up to like the producer discretion to what they choose to do after you drop down all the vocals.
That's right.
Wow, man, we're learning a lot about voice acting, man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So since we're pretty much on the sub or on the dub, have you heard the infamous argument sub versus dub?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of the especially now that you're actually breaking down like the like what you have to go through to actually get this properly done? What do you think of the argument versus sub versus dub?
Well, I mean, I understand that there's folks who maybe they came along and they got on board with subs first, and that's what where their allegiance holds. But then again, there are some who probably like both. I prefer dubs myself, probably because I do it.
Yeah,
and I think it's just more fun.
I was one of those people where I started with sub, where I was like, man, sub is the world. Now that I'm an adult, and like now I gotta be doing adult stuff, I'm like, whoa.
Trying to read it.
I ain't got time to read adults. I
hear you.
It's a whole scene, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
dub is my way now.
I mean, it's guys. Sometimes it's hard enough when I'm watching, let's say a movie or a TV show that has British actors in them, especially documentaries, and I'll throw up the subs just so I can understand what they're saying.
I hear, yeah, because their accents and stuff like that. So
I wonder what's going on here. I'm not really sure. Well, I find that's fierce. Do you find it's fierce? Oh, it's very fierce. Did you say fierce or fierce?
That, man, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I gotta say, so me, I sometimes like I watch Netflix, man. I just throw some subs on because I don't want to wake my baby up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's all type of times to throw subs in there. But for some reason, when I'm watching anime and I don't know what they're saying without the subs, it requires a little more concentration. And that's where the nod off happens, or you blink and you wake up and just 2 episodes later, you're going to sleep like, what the heck is going on here?
No, absolutely true.
Yeah, and then so have you ever voice acted any not sub, but any non-English work?
Let me think about that. You mean as with me doing a foreign language?
Yeah, so basically, like, let's say they had you do Naruto, but they had you voicing actually Japanese or something like that.
Oh no, I don't know Japanese. I could get away with reading and doing Spanish.
Okay.
But no, they wouldn't normally cast me for that because they would go with a Spanish speaking person first and foremost.
That's definitely, no doubt.
It's kind of funny to imagine, like, if you are doing the Spanish, it's kind of like the Nacho Libre where you get away with.
Yeah.
It's like the Spanglish in a way.
Yeah.
You can make it work.
Lucia, un momento. Mi corazón está so grande para ti. Te amo. Te amo.
Nah, man, I hear it, man. Now, real fast, let me ask you this, man. What was one of your greatest hurdles you had to overcome on your path to being a voice actor?
Ooh, that's a good question. The truth of the matter is I had to get to know who I was as a person. Because when I first came around, I was able to do all these different voices. But when they asked me just to do my voice, I didn't know what it was at first. I honestly didn't. I couldn't talk just like this, like I'm talking to you guys right now. I was baffled. I said, my voice, that's not enough. And they said, no, it is enough. I said, well, how do I do it? And they said, just like you're doing it now. I go, I don't know what you're saying. So it took me a number of years of kind of undoing and unlearning different characters, styles, and trusting that just me being me, like you guys being you, we're enough.
Hey, there you go. And everybody watching, y'all heard that? That was a ball. That was some game, man. You are enough. Trust in yourself, people. You heard it.
That's it.
You're doing it, man. You heard it, man. No, that was actually just some real good advice for anyone out there aspiring to be a voice actor in the future.
Right. And also know
Trust yourself, man.
It's all about acting. It's not necessarily about a voice. Like some people say, oh man, I heard I got a great voice. Well, that's fine. But it's like somebody saying, like me telling a doctor, hey man, I've been told I got a steady hand. What do you think? Can I be a surgeon?
Yeah, nah, that's I do tattoos and we kind of get that same. People will be like, yeah, man, my hand doesn't shake when I hold it up. But that doesn't mean it's not gonna shake when you got a 2-pound vibrating pencil you're holding for 5 hours. You know what I mean? So everything takes practice, and everything requires a little bit more than what meets the eye.
That's a skill and art.
Yeah, definitely, man. And let me ask you one more, man. So who, out of all the characters you voice acted, who is your most favorite one out of all of the ones you did?
That's a tough one because you'll often hear it's like trying to pick your favorite child. I love them all whenever I'm doing them all. I'd have to say 2 of my favorite impressions are Sir Paul McCartney of the Beatles. Hey, great stuff. And of course, the legendary Christopher Walken. Oh, don't make me mad. I don't want to have to hurt you.
Okay.
I will give you one character of mine, original. There was a cartoon we did for 3 seasons called My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Yes.
And I played a character
named Sheldon Lee. And I was in love with Jenny, the robot. But she wasn't in love with me. Then I created
Silver Shell, the metallic superhero who was going to save Jenny and bring her to Sheldon to form a true, meaningful love bond.
But that didn't work either.
And then Don Freeman got in the way. condescending Don Prima, who's a prima donna. I'm sorry, Sheldon. Do you have a car?
No, Don.
Then I win. You lose.
All right, man. The fact that you can just do full scenes after drop the hat, this is blowing me, man.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, so Sheldon was one of the
Sheldon Lee. He's my man because I developed him and based him on a legendary comedian, character, actor, and God, just legend, Jerry Lewis.
Okay. Oh.
Jerry Lewis was really the original Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Okay. That's good to know.
That makes a lot of sense now.
He just dropped the bomb that we did not know, and we appreciate you for keeping it real, man, letting us know.
Yeah,
definitely. And then, so I believe that you was asking about the top 99, the Naruto character.
Oh yeah. So
how would he do?
So if Aruka, let's say Aruka won the popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means you'll be voicing because eventually they're going to animate it. What would you have liked to see more out of the character aside from because when we got Aruka, it was more like parental type of feelings, like taking care of Naruto or yelling at Naruto, something involving Naruto. What would you have liked to see from Aruka's more of his life story, of his, whether it's his childhood or him older?
Yeah, I would love to see flashbacks. I would love to see a troubled man who has flashbacks and to see what kind of a warrior he is, because we always know him as a man of peace.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that. We know he's got a sense of humor, so maybe a little bit more wisecracking. So pull that all together, and I think we got something. A man who has to hit his knees, and is going through a rough patch for a while, but then rises like the phoenix from the ashes.
That's a really good point.
Yeah,
we know Aruka was a troublemaker when he was a young kid. Like, how did he bring it back together? How did he eventually become a teacher, basically? Because we didn't really get enough of that, and we didn't get enough of his missions. Like, what was Aruka doing on the battlefield before he was like, you know what, I'd probably be a better teacher than necessarily out there,
Yeah, we never saw him. We never saw him in ninja mode. You know what I mean? We saw him in teacher mode and parental mode. We never got to see him being a shinobi.
That's it. And we want to know what affected him. Did he lose friends? Did he lose a lover? What happened to his parents? Like you said, what's his history?
Yeah, that would have been a great one. But the bots got us, man.
The bots got us.
Pretty much. Yellow Flash, he won, man. Naruto's dad, everybody. As soon as they saw the votes, literally they voted for Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, the Yellow Flash, Kakashi. I'm like, bro,
we don't got enough of them already.
They're the main characters. Why do we need more story on them?
Guys, I've said it before. There's no accounting for bad taste.
Hey, say that again, man. Hey, curiosity though. What Naruto character would you have wanted to see an extra story be made of?
Deidara.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I haven't seen it. I haven't heard of Deidara yet.
Yeah. And
why Deidara?
Well, because I actually originated his voice the first time he appeared.
Oh, wow. So you came up with it?
I was the original Deidara.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're the one that defeated Gaara. You broke into his home and defeated
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw an episode, I was like, bro, this man is
a savage, man.
This man is out there about to blow up the whole village.
Nah, for real, man. And he wants to see more Zabuza. And who else wants to see Sakumo?
Kakashi's dad, Sakumo.
Oh, Kakashi's cool.
Bro.
That's Dave Wittenberg, I believe, isn't it?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Hey, man, you know the game, man. You seen them all, man. That's why you hit me with these voices, man. Like, literally, when Coach told me his friend played a Naruto character, I was like,
yeah, Iruka was,
say that again?
Yeah, that made it a double look, man.
Yeah, man. He was like, oh, yeah, and he's playing in this one show, 1,000 something. I was like,
1,000-Year Blood War.
I was like, oh,
wow. So hold on. So you play the clone that's in the Blood War right now?
Yes.
Oh wow!
I'm going right now, man.
Fire. So you're
active.
You're still going.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that. And circle it back around to the music. 3/23, March 23rd. I'm dropping a single called Freeway Dreams on any and all music platforms.
Check it.
Y'all heard it, man. Freeway Dreams by Quinton Flynn. He doesn't only voice act, he drops music too. That's fire, man.
Let's go. We'll be sharing on all platforms, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Definitely. And just throw it out there, man. I want to see some more Neji. All I'm saying, I really wanted the Neji versus Sasuke fight. We never got, but I was, I was just hoping that maybe if they would have, if they would have voted for Neji, we could have got like a backstory about that.
That would be cool.
Because it's like, what is it? Byakugan better or is the Sharingan better? That was an unanswered thing that we never got the answer to.
Yeah,
but
I think you should write it.
Yeah, I mean that would be tight, man. Because I can definitely see something where it's like a Kashian guy just talking. They be like, "Hey, man, I bet my student can beat your student," and there you go. That's the whole thing.
Sparring, man. And then the draw.
I think you should write it and give them several endings and submit it. That's what I think.
Other man, you're that fan manga.
Hey, bro, I say
he because we both do create mangas, and he's been saying that we need to start making a little bit more of this fan manga, man.
Why not? Right? Put it out there.
That's it, man.
Might have to do it, man.
I've been on my prediction roll. I literally, the moment we every time we get on podcasts, I'm like, bro, we need more Naruto wartime stuff. And then literally we talk about making a fan manga of Kakashi's dad. Literally within the week, they dropped the poll, and I was like, bro, I'm right on the line, man.
You're in it, man.
What?
Your intuition is strong. Your intuition is strong, my son.
He understand himself, man. Yes. No, man. Hey, man. Definitely. Good question. Who do you think would win that? No, I mean Sasuke or Neji. Who you got?
Sasuke.
Oh, all right. I just, my whole theory was Neji would knock off his chakra points. Maybe Sasuke could predict it with the Sharingan. I don't know, but we might have a fan made on the way. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I think the first version of them. I think Neji takes the first one. I think Sasuke, obviously, when he comes back, when we see him with the Orochimaru, and we see Neji, I think Sasuke takes that one. Because then he got Kirin, he already got a whole bunch of crazy
teenage Sasuke.
Yeah, older teen, like 17-year-old, 16-year-old Sasuke takes it. But obviously, takes it too.
But tuning exams would have been the perfect time for them to just...
I don't know. Kishimoto trolled us, man. Trolled us to the highest level.
You know what? Maybe they're just good friends. They make it a tie and they sit down and they have some Naruto themselves. They have some noodles.
I hear you, man.
That gotta be it. It's gonna get dropped. We're gonna hit that fan made.
We're gonna figure something out. And if we do it, man, hopefully we can get you the voiceover to read, man.
Yeah, I would love it.
You can get it for wishes, man. Let's see what happens.
I would love it, fellas.
So I want to ask you this real fast, Quinton. Which character do you think was the hardest for you to voice act? And why do you think they were the hardest?
The hardest one for me to voice act, there was a game called Guild Wars. I did Guild Wars 2 and 3, and I played a character named Rexus Rage Spear. And Rexus Rage Spear was difficult for me to do because he was yelling all the time. I want my mead. I want to see you. Hello, this is Rexus Rage Spear. Your Rage Spear residence. He was constantly yelling, and like, as you can see now, even my voice hurts.
Yeah, I was actually, was it tough physically or just to get into the groove of the character?
It was a bit of both. I eventually found a placement that was cool, but I remember taking a break and they said, yeah, we think it's time for a break now, Mr. Flynn. Can we get you some hot tea or some lemon? Are you okay? And I said, I'm fine.
Dope. Well, man, okay. Well, so now people, you heard that. Not everyone is easy to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people are harder than others. And sometimes you got to just push that extra, mile in to get the character voice.
And during the same session, I had to do another character named, I think it was Arlen. And he was a prince, and he was more of a light Brit, if you will. So if they were smart, they would have had me do Arlen first and not second. Because if they had me do him after Rexus Rage Spear, he might have sounded something like this, an older man.
Had that strain on. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You want to do them fresh.
That's it.
Nah, definitely. No doubt. No doubt, man. What about you, Taco? You got something for him, man?
Yes.
Get it. You can get it there, man.
What character have you always wanted to play across the multiverse, from comic or anime?
I would say the Joker.
Oh, that's a classic. I could definitely.
No, but the Joker's my favorite DC guy, man, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Why the Joker? Aside from his iconic roles and just the comedy on him, is it like a nostalgia thing, or is it just you kind of want to always put the Prince of Evil going on?
I like the idea of something a little out there, something a little unusual, gentlemen, something strange, Sometimes you want to pick up the weights and you want to spot someone, and then you just want to drop it.
That's the Joker. Speaking of that, Almighty up in here with the weights.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Almighty Trading, man. Yeah. That's the host of the podcast. Just give you a little spin around. If you see, we're actually in his weight room. You know what I mean?
Figured it, man.
Yeah, we're doing it, man. You know what I mean?
I saw that.
We got to shout our mans out. We get it in. And hey, man, actually, be honest with you, he's a buff guy, man. It's a video. Actually, in our newest episode of the podcast, you see him. He's bench pressing a whole female while bench pressing a 100-pound dumbbell at the same time. He's an absolute fitness monster. I got to give it to him.
Yeah,
I think he's strong. I think as the Joker, I would enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Joker is my guy, man. And how can I say so? I read all the mangas, right? But when it comes to American comics, Marvel comics hasn't really hit me, right? But DC, Batman, the Rebirth, all that, him, Joker and Riddle Wars, all that stuff was fire, man. And every time I turn the page and I see a hint of the Joker, it amps me up. So now I got to read the next 3 hours until this is over with. You know what I mean? Joker's
I do.
For me.
I do. And you know what I actually would I think what I'd like to do is perhaps because Joker has been done so many ways, I would like to do a new version of the Riddler.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, Riddler.
A little more evil, maybe a little more tricks up his sleeve and bombing and things like that.
Nah, I feel, man. Man, one thing I want to see brought to life, not what I say brought to life, but animated would be the war of jokes and riddles. So, my man, that was DC. Like I said, the Joker couldn't laugh no more. The Riddler couldn't come up with a riddle, so they went to war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no more riddles.
That was crazy. You know how they worked together. Yeah. I would love to see that animated.
I also know that there's some deep characters that are just starting to get their due. They did I think they did a cinematic version of Werewolf by Night, which I haven't seen. But when I was a kid, I used to pretend I was Werewolf by Night, I was Captain America, I was Black Panther, and those 3 were my main men, besides Spider-Man, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I always wanted to do those guys. And Werewolf by Night, I used to run around a yard outside because I was pretending I was turning into the Wolfman. So, that would be a fun one to do as well.
Hey, there we go, man.
Put it out there. It's coming.
Speaking of the man, it's going to come. You got it, man. Oh, my God. Man. Oh, you killing me right now, man. And I love it, man. What about you, talking? You got any more things to ask before we wrap up, man?
That's me, my man. Thank you, man. You already just made all my childhood dreams come true already.
For real, man.
It's my pleasure.
Again, for stopping by, and I do want to ask you one more question to close out. To
Go for it.
Kid out there who's dreaming and wanting to become a future voice actor, what's a piece of advice you could give them?
I would say, if that's what you know intuitively that you want to do, to follow your dreams. Start taking acting classes, take improv classes, and just always be acting. Through improv, we get to gain that sense of play that maybe we lost through junior high and high school. So I'd say take that, be
just screen record.
Those, bro, we dropped those fan made ones, bro.
I need to do a fan made. Fuck it, man. I know the nigga too doing it, man.
Let's get it going, bro. That's gonna be
I have to do one.
Think
Definition
about
of Sasuke though. That should be definitely.
Think about it. What's going call it? You know, I was compared to, bro. I don't know. Have you heard of the H3 podcast?
Nah.
So my girlfriend watches it. They just do news and shit like that about the world.
Yeah.
But it's they. Hey.
Oh, he's back. You back, man. Hey, my bad about that. I don't know why, but Zoom just cut off on us. So if we could just redo that outro, we gonna get
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. So we starting now, bang. So Flynn, man, one more thing before we close out. For any young man out there or young female, just anybody out there who's aspiring to be a voice actor, what advice could you give them?
I would say always be acting. Always take improv classes. Always remember to play. Remember to create. And always be flexible when it comes to direction. Be open-minded.
There we go. Y'all heard it from the man, Quinton Flynn himself, the man of many voices, man of many characters, many talents. And man, who showed you if you persevere and you keep going for it, what you want can happen, man. You feel what I'm saying? So we want to thank you again, Quinton, for stopping by, coming through, giving us some game, chopping it up, making us laugh a lot, showing us your
I'm grateful, gentlemen.
Skill set. We appreciate you a lot, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you, fellas. It's been a ball.
No doubt, man. Y'all heard it, man. The path, we out, man. All right, Quinton, you have a good one, man.
Great one.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes. And then, hey, real fast, text my man the link. If you're gonna drop the song and all that. So text us the link for all that. And when we upload the video, we'll throw it in the description. Put it on our Instagram, our TikTok, the whole shebang.
I will do. It's going to be on every platform.
There we go. Appreciate you.
I'll hit you with some artwork and the dates and all that.
Artwork, dates, anything you want us to put out there, let the people know, just send it over and we're going to do all that for you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
There we go. All right, Quinton, you have a great day, man.